Ready? Peace and love, kings and queens of the universe. It's your girl, Rosabelle. It's your girl, Rosabelle. It's your girl, Rosabelle. It's your girl, Rosabelle. And thank you so much for tuning in to another video in this pregnancy series. As promised, today's video is going to talk about that big fat positive. As you know, we have really been spending a lot of time getting to know me and my body, getting to know about when my periods were, when my fertile window was, and just how many days in between. We did very extensive tracking, I'm telling y'all. So around the time that we knew that our fertile window was up and it was pretty close to period time, we started wondering, are we pregnant? Do we feel different? Of course, me, I felt like I could see minor changes in my body, but nothing that would just outright scream pregnancy. I mean, I've never been pregnant before either, so I didn't know. Thought maybe it could have been a result of my changes, because I had been making a healthier lifestyle changes, or a result of lack thereof. I wasn't really sure. So we added pregnancy tests to our normal grocery list. We're like, hey, let's just put some additional pregnancy tests on there. The ones that are like the digital ones that's supposed to be kind of like an early response pregnancy test. We put a pack of 2 on our, well, I think it came with 3 actually. Either way, we put a pack of pregnancy tests on our list and we got them. And we left them in the drawer, we let them sit, didn't want to get too anxious, but honestly, my heart was like beating out of my chest because I just wanted to know like right then and right now, but it was just a little tiny bit too soon for us to find out. We very anxiously waited out the next few days until we could actually attempt to take our first pregnancy test. And when that day came, I couldn't wait to get off work. I couldn't wait to get home. You know, I kept talking to babe about it all day. I was trying so hard to not mention it all day long, but it was rough. We're very excited. We really want a child. And I came home. We ate dinner, we relaxed. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take this pregnancy test. Took the pregnancy test, was a little disappointed. Didn't really get the results that we thought we were gonna get. We got the control line, but we weren't sure if we were gonna get the other line. And we did get another line, but it was very faint. And I didn't know how to feel. I didn't know if I should feel like I was pregnant and proceed accordingly, or if it was just, you know, maybe I left the pregnancy test out for too long. I followed the directions, but maybe I did something wrong. Maybe it's not right. And we agreed to wait, but deep down inside, I could not wait. So the box that I showed you guys last time in the last video about the fertility strips also came with a few pregnancy tests, just tiny little strips that I'll show again in this video, that you just pee on. Same thing, follow directions, control line, and then the actual line that tells you if you're pregnant or not. And I took them to work with me, I did them at home. I just could not stop peeing and checking. I was anxious. After a few days of doing that, I completely stopped. The lines did get darker, but they still weren't confirmation. Like, they weren't dark enough. It didn't feel like I was pregnant yet. We waited. That box that we brought had 3 different pregnancy tests in it, 3 different digital ones. I ended up taking another one about a week later. And this one, y'all, we got our big fat positive in just 30 seconds. Peed, let it sit. 30 seconds later, that test said, y'all pregnant, y'all pregnant, y'all pregnant. Woo! Oh, that was such a good feeling. I didn't know how to feel. All right, you ready for your questions? Sure. Okay, so what's up, you guys? This is my fiance, and we are gonna answer just a few questions for you about our feelings and how we felt when we got that big fat positive. First question, how did you feel when you saw the big fat positive for the first time?
I Really excited, of course. I think that's the obvious answer. Really relieved, like finally, right? I mean, we had been trying for a while, so mostly just excited and like finally, yes.
Finally, yay, positive.
Yeah.
So when you found out, who did you tell first?
I think we told Jessie first, our goddaughter's mother. I believe she was first, and then our parents, and then I know you had told a friend or a coworker, and I told my friend Mason.
At what moment did it feel real?
The minute we decided to conceive a baby. Because we're just those kinds of people that, you know, when we put our mind to something, we're gonna make it happen.
What type of impact did the Big Fat Positive have on your life?
Not a lot, really. Just because it's something that we had already prepared for, something we were expecting. So I could see how it would be a big event for a straight couple or a couple who unexpectedly got pregnant. But for us, you know, one of the best parts about being in a lesbian relationship is you get to plan these kinds of things. So, I mean, it didn't make a huge difference in my life, but there are some changes that I've made.
Advice to other women trying to conceive.
Other lesbian couples trying to conceive?
Women.
Or just women in general? Okay. I mean, stick with it. I think it's like, what, a 20% chance that you'll conceive each time? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's not that high. It could take a few times. It could take a lot of times. Just stick with it if that's something that you really want. And I would highly suggest going to the fertility clinic, you know, getting everything checked out. Just make sure you're safe and healthy and baby's going to be safe and healthy and, you know, just that everybody's going to be okay. I think it's important to do that pre-work before.
Yes.
You look beautiful.
Thank you. Okay.
How did it feel when you saw the Big Fat Positive?
I was excited. Not gonna lie. Like, when we actually finally got a positive, because I don't know if you remember when we took the first test, it was very light. So I was trying not to get excited off of that positive, even though I felt like it was positive. I worried myself to death until we finally got a positive one, and it felt great.
Who did you tell first?
First, I called Jessie first, and I also texted Ashley and Christiane, and yeah, those were the first people that I told.
At what moment did it feel real?
So the Big Fat Positive felt real, but I think it didn't really feel really real until the blood work came back, and it was just like, oh my goodness, look at your levels, and I'm like, holy shit, I'm pregnant. Like, I'm pregnant for real. This is okay. This is it. We are pregnant. We're doing this.
We did it. What type of impact did that Big Fat Positive have on your life?
Not a huge impact, because again, we were planning for it. It really made me feel like I was a parent at that point, though. So that's the biggest impact that it's had on my life.
Advice to other women trying to conceive?
Other women trying to conceive, whether you're a lesbian, straight couple, by yourself, because some women do just want to have children by themselves, and that's perfectly okay. My advice to you is to get to know your body, and also go to the fertility clinic first. The fertility clinic will really let you know if you can even conceive. And I think that that's just a very important first step. So as you guys can see, this Big Fat Positive journey has been amazing. That's how it felt for us. That's how it felt emotionally, and just some of our first reactions. I appreciate you for continuing to watch these videos in this series. Don't forget to follow me on all social media at Yep, I'm Rosabelle. That way you won't miss any more videos that I drop. Coming up next, we have Gender neutral pregnancies. What about it? What made us decide to stay gender neutral and how has it been for us? Find out on the next episode. I'm Rosabelle and you're worthy every damn day, 365 days of the year.